After 50, many people start noticing it. The lost word, the longer pause, the fog that settles between thought and action. You reach for a name, a fact, a purpose, and it's just not there. But here's the truth. Mental clarity doesn't disappear. It disconnects. And today we're going to reconnect it. Welcome back to the Rebuild Blueprint, the series helping you rebuild strength, energy, and focus after 50. If you missed our first episode, Energy Reset, start there next. It lays the groundwork for how the body powers the brain. Because your mind is not fading, it's waiting for a reboot. The silent decline of mental energy. What most people call brain fog is actually a loss of neural efficiency. After 50, your brain's communication speed slows, blood flow decreases, and inflammation creeps in quietly. The same flame we talked about in the inflammation connection. Your neurons are like a city, trillions of lights flickering on and off every second. When blood flow drops or oxidative stress rises, fewer lights stay on. That's why focus feels harder, memory shorter, creativity dimmer. But the brain can rebuild its circuits. It's called neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire, repair, and recharge itself through new input. The science of neuroplasticity. Every time you think, move, or learn something new, you're literally reshaping your brain. But here's the catch. After 50, the growth chemicals that allow new connections, like BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, begin to decline. The good news? You can turn them back on. Exercise, deep sleep, omega-3s, and mental novelty all increase BDNF, your brain's fertilizer. Every time you challenge your mind, your brain lays down new wiring, literal bridges made of protein and electricity. But those bridges don't appear overnight. They grow when you pair two things, intention and repetition. If you repeat a thought or habit, your brain builds insulation, myelin, around that circuit, making it faster and more automatic. That's why both good habits and bad habits strengthen over time. The brain doesn't judge, it just obeys. After 50, your neural connections become more selective. That means every new skill, every new challenge, every new memory forms on stronger, leaner pathways, like pruning a garden so the healthiest plants thrive. But if you stop learning, the pruning doesn't stop. It simply removes the unused. That's why curiosity is no longer optional. It's protective. Try switching hands when brushing your teeth, taking new routes on walks, or memorizing song lyrics instead of scrolling your phone. Small acts like these keep neuroplasticity alive. Even emotional healing depends on neuroplasticity. When you replace old thought loops with gratitude, focus, or calm breathing, you're rewiring emotional patterns too. It's not abstract, it's chemical. Dopamine, serotonin, and BDNF all surge when you feel genuine interest or purpose. It's your brain saying, yes, keep going, this matters. Because when you learn, adapt, or forgive at 50, you're not just shaping memories. You're sculpting the person you'll be for the next 30 years. Like and subscribe to the channel so we can benefit you by creating more great content with you in mind. And as a thank you, download this video's free guide from the link in the description below. The Circuit Recharge Plan. Let's break down your daily brain recharge into 3 zones: morning priming, midday reset, and nightly repair. Morning priming. Start the day with oxygen, movement, deep breathing, or sunlight within 30 minutes of waking. This switches on dopamine and serotonin, your focus fuel and motivation molecules. Then eat a protein-rich breakfast. The amino acids support neurotransmitters that control attention and calm. Skip sugar early as it fogs the signal. Midday reset. Take a 5-minute pause every 90 minutes. It's not laziness, it's science. Your prefrontal cortex, the focus center, tires fast and needs short breaks to prevent burnout. Add 5 deep breaths, close your eyes, stretch, or step outside. Micro-recovery multiplies focus capacity. Nightly repair sleep is your nightly brain detox. During deep sleep, your brain's glymphatic system clears waste and strengthens neural links. That's why you wake up clearer after a good night. You've literally cleaned the wiring. Watch Sleep and Survival After 50 for more information. When you close your eyes at night, your brain doesn't power down. It goes into overdrive. During deep sleep, Glial cells expand and flush out toxins that build up during the day, clearing metabolic waste that's been linked to cognitive decline and Alzheimer's. Your memories replay in compressed bursts, strengthening the ones you need and deleting what you don't. It's your brain's filing system at work. Temperature, darkness, and quiet all act as environmental signals that tell the body, it's safe to repair now. Even gentle cues like dimmed lights and steady breathing can unlock that process faster. The fog triggers you can fix. If you want to rebuild clarity, identify what's draining it. Chronic stress. Dehydration. Inflammatory foods, especially sugar plus processed oils. Sleep debt. Constant digital stimulation. Each one pulls bandwidth from your brain's power supply. Start with the simple wins, hydration and stillness. Even mild dehydration shrinks brain volume by 1 to 2%. 5 minutes of quiet breathing reverses cortisol spikes and restores oxygen flow. But there's one more hidden cause of fog that rarely gets mentioned: sensory overload. Our brains evolved in silence, in natural light, in the rhythm of day and night. Now they live in constant interruption, notifications, background TV, endless scrolling. Every ping steals a fragment of focus, and over time those fragments don't come back easily. To start clearing that fog, begin with environmental hygiene. Dim harsh lights after sunset. Limit multitasking. Research shows that shifting between 2 tasks can cut efficiency by 40%. Even silence for 5 minutes rebalances the prefrontal cortex, the control center for focus and judgment. Also, pay attention to breathing. Shallow breaths tell the body you're under stress, while slow, full breaths tell it you're safe. That single shift changes how your brain allocates energy, from survival to concentration. Finally, protect your mornings. Avoid digital input for at least 20 minutes after waking. Let your brain fully boot before feeding it headlines and noise. Because mental fog isn't failure, it's feedback. And when you remove the noise, your natural clarity rushes back in like sunlight through a clean window. Rebuilding memory and mental speed. You can train memory like muscle, and you should. Try daily recall drills. Remember 3 details from your morning before lunch. Read aloud instead of silently. It activates more brain regions. Play an instrument, learn a new word, take a different walking route. These small challenges wake up the hippocampus, your memory's recording hub. Also, protect your circulation. The same blood flow that fuels your heart fuels your brain. Exercise, hydration, and omega-3s improve cerebral flow and oxygen delivery. Daily brain recharge routine. Your mental clarity after 50 isn't luck, it's lifestyle. Here's your daily reset routine. In the morning, move early, hydrate, and avoid sugar. At midday, every 90 minutes, take a break, breathe and stretch. In the evening, no screens 60 minutes before bed. Reflection, not reaction. Small habits, repeated daily, become new neural highways, faster, cleaner, more efficient. Consistency doesn't just build habits, it rewires your biology. When your brain recognizes predictable rhythms, it reduces background stress hormones and boosts neurotransmitters tied to calm and focus. That's why simple, repeatable routines work better than heroic bursts of motivation. Morning movement triggers dopamine, the molecule of drive. Hydration keeps the synapses firing clean. And a balanced breakfast provides the amino acids that become serotonin and acetylcholine, your brain's communication chemicals. Skip any of those and the whole system feels foggy by mid-morning. At midday, step into sunlight. It resets your circadian clock and regulates melatonin for better sleep later that night. Even 2 minutes of outdoor light exposure can anchor your energy rhythm for the day. Evening rituals matter too. Write 1 line of reflection before bed. What you learned, what you appreciated. This simple act turns short-term thoughts into long-term memory, strengthening the hippocampus. Then disconnect. Screens before bed reduce melatonin by up to 60%. Choose silence, stretching, or soft music instead. Over weeks, these micro-habits form a self-sustaining circuit, a loop of oxygen, light, movement, and rest. That loop is what protects your focus, your mood, and even your long-term cognitive health. Because after 50, mental clarity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters, consistently, rhythmically, and with purpose. Your brain is not aging, it's adapting to how you live. Change the input and you change the output. If this episode helped you, go back and watch Energy Reset After 50. It reveals how your cells power your mind. Then, stay tuned for next week's episode, Metabolic Rebuild, How to Restore Balance and Burn After 50. Because rebuilding your body and mind after 50 isn't about time, it's about intention. Stay strong, stay sharp, stay renewed.